everybody. How's it hanging? How you doing? Before I get into this highly anticipated review of Warcraft, I would like to announce that tomorrow we are releasing a short film on this channel. It is a Star Wars fan film. It's a comedy. I wrote and directed it. It's pretty awesome. We're super excited to release it tomorrow. If you haven't yet, check out the trailer right here. It's very short. You can watch it and come back to this video. I won't be offended. Come on, click it. Go! Go! Alright, are you back? Did you watch it? I hope you did. So please check back tomorrow to see the full release of Fan Wars, our Star Wars fan film. Anyways, let's talk about Warcraft. I love World of Warcraft. I spent most of my high school days staying up late playing WoW, playing hooky from school to play WoW, doing literally nothing but playing WoW. I actually remember my friends and I sitting in a circle with our laptops, just staring at our computers, not even talking to each other except like through the game. It was kind of like that scene from the World of Warcraft South Park episode.
Alright, major stone shield potions should be... Oh god, I'm gonna have diarrhea again. You can't go to the bathroom, you're stacking Sunder armor.
Yeah, that was me. But anyways, I have seen a lot of reviewers try to review this movie from the perspective of someone who has not played the game, and that doesn't make sense to me. Why? The movie is about a game. If it goes against the game, it's a bad movie. You can't be like, oh yeah, it wasn't like the game, but you know, if you haven't played the game, you'll enjoy this movie. No! Stop it! Gah! Okay, so Warcraft. Let's get to it. It is based on early Warcraft lore. And I mean early lore. Like Warcraft 1 and 2 lore. No undead, no night elves, no nothing really from World of Warcraft at all. This is the origin story of Warcraft. And that right there I kind of have some beef with. Enough with the origin stories. Just get right to it. I just want to be in the thing. I want to see Warcraft 3. Give me some Arthas action. That would be awesome. But don't go any further than that. Oh god, no. Oh god, please. Don't make a panda movie. I beg of you. Also elves. I want more elves. Just my personal preference. But anyways, here's the spiel. The orcs have to leave their world because it is dying. Gul'dan, the chief of the orcs, who's super badass and terrifying and kind of a douchebag, has decided to create a portal to carry the orcs to Azeroth. A handful of orcs slip through the portal, but Gul'dan wants all of the orcs to come to Azeroth and pretty much take over. So he works on the portal while the humans try and figure out a way to stop that from happening. That's pretty much all you need to know. Let me start with the good stuff. Visual effects, awesome. So awesome. Stormwind and Ironforge looked dope. Like, I felt like I was in the game, walking through Stormwind, hopping around and jumping on stuff. And the animation of the orcs is incredible. Like, there are these awesome close-up shots of them and they just look so legit. I mean, you can't really expect a Warcraft movie to not have amazing graphics because they are trying to portray a beautiful world, and if the graphics sucked, I would probably just kill myself. Though I did kind of dislike the fact that everyone looked really clean. Like, all the heroes were just amazingly clean, spotless, shiny, even sparkly a little bit. Perfect hair, perfect makeup. You're in a war with orcs, you should look fucking disgusting and smell like boar shit. I just feel like everything was very shiny, all flash and no substance. Speaking of flash, the action was great. The fighting between the orcs and the humans was super cool to watch, really well choreographed, and the animated characters mesh with the actors really well so that it looks believable. Durotan is one of my favorite characters in this movie. He is the man! He just has so much heart, and I love how he wants the humans and the orcs to come together to take down a bigger evil, and it's just so beautiful, and I want to give him a hug. I was rooting for him the whole time. The magic was also awesome. Shocker, more flash. And it actually did look pretty similar to the magic in the game, which I am so happy about. What is not great is pretty much everything else. My biggest beef that I have is that there is just so much lore trying to be crammed into 2 hours, and you just can't do that with Warcraft. And because of that, the pacing is so off. Trying to condense deep lore and complex layers and layers of stories is just not going to happen in 2 hours. Honestly, this should have been a 3-hour movie. Warcraft lore is complicated and it deserves a lot of screen time. Even a trilogy would have been better. Hell, I'll take a TV series. I'd watch that. But instead it's all crammed into a 2-hour crock of shit. It jumps all over different characters and different cities. And while it's cool as a player to see all of those cities and see the map like swirling around all over the place, it was mostly just jarring and didn't really make for a smooth ride. There are so many things that got such a brief amount of screen time that I was just like, what's the point? Medivh deserved better too. I love Medivh. Medivh is a badass. But Medivh in this movie, he had his moments. but most of his moments were shit. And then there's the romance. Oh god, the romance. Because of course there has to be romance. This is a movie about Warcraft. I came here to see orcs and humans rip each other to fucking shreds. I don't care about romance. And the worst part is it doesn't even feel real. It feels so forced. I just don't buy it. And it took up time that could have been used for something better. But instead it just messed up that already fucked up pacing. Now, there were a few cool in-game things, like the way they get around from place to place and like flying around on hippogriffs and shit, and the magic was pretty similar to the game. But that's honestly about it. There are some Easter eggs hidden here and there. One of them in particular made me laugh like a stupid idiot. There's also apparently a nod to Leroy Jenkins in the movie, but I did not see it, so if you see it, let me know where it is, because I kind of want to see it. I do. But the Easter eggs were a pretty cool reward, so even if the movie does suck, you can at least be like, hey look, that's Also, I know the lore always changes for shit like this. I know adaptations are never word for word verbatim the actual story. I know you can't fit all that lore into this much screen time, but the inner fangirl in me just can't help but be annoyed. I mean, they kept the basic structure of the lore, they didn't go totally off the handle, but there's a lot of stuff missing and a lot of stuff changed for simplicity, and I just don't like that. I don't want simplicity. I want the nitty-gritty details of the burning legion and drinking demon blood and all that good shit. Now, while the movie didn't really have that epic, heartwarming feeling that you get when you watch stuff like this, there were some parts where I did feel something. Tragedy strikes and you're like, ah, man, right in the feels. And then there were other parts where I just didn't give a shit. I mean, most of the time when somebody died, I was just like, it's okay, you're just gonna start over at the graveyard, you'll be alright. There were some parts where I laughed, and I really wasn't expecting that at all. And there was some great fan service and some great Easter eggs that I really did enjoy. But overall, Warcraft is not great. Honestly, if you're thinking about going to see it, just stay home, get drunk, and watch the World of Warcraft South Park episode. I mean, that's what I did immediately after coming back from the screening. Not even kidding. Anyways, let me know in the comments how you feel about this movie. If you see it, tell me your thoughts so we can geek out about it, or trash it. I'm okay with trashing it. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Check out our Patreon for all the awesome new rewards that we've added, including an awesome monthly subscription box of geeky goodies. Don't forget to check back tomorrow for our brand new Star Wars short film, Fan Wars. The trailer is still here if you haven't watched it. Clicky, clicky, click, clicky, clicky. In the meantime, I'm gonna go sit on my ass and play video games and pretend that Warcraft never happened. I'm Steph Koza, and this is Rated N.